welcome to Kenyaddacreates. I'm Kenyatta. Welcome to my channel. Today is my February wrap up of the books I read in the month of February. So this is going to be real quick because I didn't read a lot of books in February. The first book I read was Someday Maybe by Oni Nwabinile Benelli. It's got Someday Maybe. I'm just going to read this, what it says. Someday Maybe is a stunning and witty debut novel about a young woman's emotional journey through unimaginable loss. Pulled along by her tight-knit Nigerian family, a posse of new friends, and the love and laughter she shared with her husband. In this story, her husband commits suicide. And it comes as a shock because she didn't realize that her husband was struggling and depressed. He was the love of her life, and she's having to deal with the depression of the loss. Her family is there for her. Her friends is there for her, but she's also having to deal with his mother, that was her only child, and she blames what was her name? I can't remember her name. Eve. I think her name was Eve. No. It's not her name. Well, yeah, Eve. She blames Eve for her son's death, and so she's having to deal with that, and it's just a struggle, emotional struggle, and she's having to climb her way out of it. Just find the strength to move on and hold on to the future that she does have. It was okay. It was okay. It was a story that I really connected with the characters, that I really just was like boo-hooing, but it was okay. The second book was a gift. It's called The Weight of Blood by Tiffany D. Jackson. This was bought for me from my secret sister here on YouTube. I don't know who she is, but she got this for me for my birthday. And let me just tell you, I love this book. I love this book. If you've ever seen the movie Carrie or read Carrie, this is an adaptation to Carrie. This is about Madison. Madison is a half-white, half-black girl who has been passing for white in this kind of racist atmosphere. And she gets exposed one day because of the rain. Her hair, she's been pressing it. Her dad presses it every Sunday. And she checks the weather. She skips school if it rains. But this time the weather said it was not going to rain. And she went to school and she got rained on. And her secret was exposed. And then that starts with bullying more than she's ever had to deal with. Racism. She just takes on a lot. And if you remember Carrie, it's all leads up to the prom night. And this is what this leads up to, the prom night. So this was a good book. This was a good book. I really, really enjoyed this. Thank you so much for buying this for me. I loved it so much. The next book I read, The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston. This book I love too. She is the editor. Let's see, what was her name? Florence. I think it's Florence. Well, she is a ghostwriter for this author. And she has to write one more book. But then her father passed away, so she goes home to see her family, and you find out that she could see and speak to the dead. But while she's there, her new editor pops up, and he's dead too. And so there, she's going to try to help him find his their last business, their the what keeps him here, their final business. He's trying. She's gonna try to help him find his final business so he can take care of it and he can be released. And then there is a romantic atmosphere. Not gonna tell you how that works out because he's a ghost. You have to read it to find out. But it's very good. It wasn't what I expected. It was a very nice romance. Left me smiling. This is a book I would definitely reread. So yeah, I'm gonna leave that there. Dance Macabre. I don't never know how to say that word. Macabre, Dance Macabre by Laura K. Hamilton. Now this is book, I think 14. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, 14. Okay. This next to Harry Potter, this is my favorite series. This is my second favorite series. It's by Anita Blake, the Vampire Hunter. If you like Buffy, this is Buffy for the adults. It's a world of paranormal, lycanthropes. It could be part human, part animal. You name it, it's in here. They even have were-rats, were-swans. She's a vampire hunter who lives in a world where vampires have legal rights. You have to have an order of execution to kill a vampire. And she's who they call when a vampire needs to be killed. She's the vampire executioner. And she falls in love with the vampire of the city. And he becomes her boyfriend. And so it's complicated. Somebody's always trying to kill her. She works with the police on preternatural caseloads where if it looks like something paranormal or lycanthropes or something was involved, they call this team that she's a part of to solve the case. And it's something always trying to come at her. And she's not all the way human. She's also a necromancer. She raises the dead, court appointed. They all gather at the cemetery and she raises the dead to get the last testimony of the deceased and gets them back in the ground. That's her day job. She's a necromancer. She has control over the dead. And she has other powers that come into play that grow stronger since she is connected to the vampire of the city. And she becomes an anomaly. I mean, it is action-packed. It's a lot of sexual content. A lot. But it's a really good series. I really love it. Now, this is a book I read this month along with the book club here on YouTube. This was a book of the month, and it's called Nana. And if you like BookTube, check out Gabby Reed's. Her book troop of the month for February was Nana, and this is by Brandon Massey. This book was good until it got to the end. So Grace is Nana. What is her name? Monica. Monica loses the woman who raised her. And she never knew her mother, but at the funeral, this woman comes out the blue, out the woodwork, and like, I'm your mother. And then she moves in with Monica and her husband and her kids, and she just begins to take over her life. And things begin to happen that just it just seemed like too much of coincidence that it happened since Nana's been there. And she's crazy. She is crazy. Like, what? And when they find out what's, you know, exactly how she's involved, and the ending, it's just such an abrupt ending that it just leaves me with, what? Really? That's how it is? I just wanted more. There was no epilogue, or was there? Was there an epilogue? No. It just had like 9 months later, but it didn't end well. I don't rate a lot of books, but I would have gave this book a 5 if it would have ended well. Is this a really good book? It's a really good book. It's worth reading. I would recommend it. Yeah. Trigger warnings. There is some cruelty to an animal here. They don't, like in a movie where you know it's happened but you didn't see it happen. It's when they find the animal, they say give an idea of what happened to them, but it's not in a lot of detail. So, but trigger warning for people who love their fur babies and are triggered by that. But it's a good book. So those are all the books I read. I'm Gabby Reads. I will leave a link to her channel down in the description box. She's part of BookTube. So if you like books and or like to hear book reviews, she's a good channel to watch. She's one of my favorites. So I will leave a link to her channel if you want to check her out. And every month she picks a book, part of her book troop. And this was February, so I'm still waiting on March's, because this is the first book I've read along with her. So I'm excited to read another one. So yeah. So thank you. If you've taken the time to watch, please give this video a like, comment, and subscribe. But don't forget to click the notification bell to be notified whenever I post another video. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.